Okay, I'm gonna call our meeting to order at 5 o'clock. Amy, if you can do the roll call.
Yes, good evening, Commissioner Admin,
Here.
Commissioner Pratt,
Present.
Commissioner Byers,
Present.
Commissioner Webster,
Here.
Commissioner Woolham,
Here.
Chief Cowan,
Here.
Legal Counsel Matt Paxton,
Here.
and I'm Board Secretary Amy Oakley.
Okay, we're gonna move on to public comments, and I did see Miss Valenzuela had her hand up. You have 3 minutes to make your comments.
Thank you, Stacy Valenzuela, Kenmore. I appreciate the budget review, but the consortium needs the $600K for the outbuilding. So where is their contribution? Where is their annual budget or reserve from all the years and the students that have been attending? The discussion failed to disclose a loan payment plan or expected return of the funds, the deadline, insurance for default, or penalties. We want to see these funds be paid back. We think it should be shared venture rather than deplenish North Shore reserves and increase taxes to residents in the area. North Shore possibly contribute $200K. Others contribute as well. $400K on the deposit of the apparatus or keep until the order is placed. Lake Forest Park Station 57 was just updated, but we understand they still need mattresses. I think they can be got at a better price and that's a bigger need. Station 51 Kenmore, HVAC, and also the computer, both need updating. The board does not need to increase taxes. The consortium does not need an outbuilding to function. Can half the amount of firefighters be hired? Station 54 should be next, as that will quickly be a need. Please apply for grants for the infrastructure and the apparatus. Talk to our legislators. We can help support these things. It took 3 years for my tax exempt to be processed, but the want's on hold until you hear that the grants are not accepted. And this allows for our residents to be educated, to apply, and to possibly get approved for tax exempt status, because a lot of them are low income and most vulnerable. Then, if that all doesn't work out, then revisit the tax levy and the increase, please, because this can price out too many of our neighbors to homelessness. This is a crisis. It's a health crisis. It's a home crisis. And I hope you take it to heart. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other public commenters? I see Mr. Marin here. You've got 3 minutes.
Thank you. This is Dave Marin from Kenmore. As I always do, I'll start by reminding the board that you were elected to represent the citizens and their best interests. These are not always the same as what the fire chief or the firefighters want. The citizens deserve high quality fire service provided at a reasonable cost. The citizens expect their collective fire commissioners to be financially responsible. The budget you're approving tonight is 50% higher than 2023. The cost for your contractor services with Shoreline Fire Department is 15.56 higher than 2023. Interestingly, the cost to the Shoreline Fire Department is only 8.65%. Do any of you on the board members know why North Shore's cost increase is almost twice that of the Shoreline Fire Department? Commissioner Pratt claimed at your last meeting that the previous Board of Commissioners members kept taxes artificially low. I take great exception to that comment. The previous Board of Commissioners practiced responsible financial management. Whenever the fire chief came to the board with a budget need, that request was funded. If taxes were kept artificially low over the 20 years while I was commissioner, the department would be in dire straits today. The board, this board, your board, inherited a fully funded reserve account. 2 new engines, 2 new A cars paid for in cash. You had professionally facility reserve fund study. That study recommended $185,000 be deposited in the facility reserve fund. Admittedly, that was pre-inflation, so the number is higher today. Your board provided no reserve funding in 2023. The Shoreline Administration did not review and adjust the financial reserve study, did not maintain the apparatus or equipment's cost spreadsheets. You're now asking for this work to be done, but you have set no deadline for the work. I suggest you set a deadline. Your most striking 24 cost increase are for the heavy rescue truck at a cost of $2 million. This is absolutely unnecessary expenditure. There are no calls for service demand for this to support this purchase. I'm guessing that the R51 purchase does not include sales tax, so you add another 200,000. Then there's the cost of adding equipment, add another 200,000. There are training costs, maintenance, insurance, add another $200,000 per year. Finally, as Commissioner Pratt stated at your last meeting, the reason R51 has so few calls is because the apparatus is not staffed. Add another four firefighters per shift, a 50% increase in the current staffing, or about $4 million a year. You're authorizing a new $900,000 training building at Station 51. This building is a training consortium want and is absolutely unnecessary and NFD cost. NFD has no obligation for training associated costs. Training is included in the fire service contract as part of the burden cost for each firefighter. You have no contract with a training consortium or SFD to reimburse the North Shore Fire Department for construction, maintenance, insurance, or other costs. I believe adoption of this budget is misfeasance of office. You're being financially irresponsible. I urge you to pause the capital purchases, rein in your operational costs, reduce the battalion chief positions to 4 as required by the contract. The fire services contract with SFD was supposed to save money and reduce costs for the NFD for the North Shore taxpayers. Clearly, that's not happening. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comments? I don't see any. Amy, do you? Okay. Okay, we're going to move on then to the approval of the meeting agenda.
I make a motion that we accept the agenda as presented.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Now we're going to move on to board resolutions. Board resolution 23-02 is the 2024 fire benefit charge. If I could get a motion on that one. Commissioner Pratt,
I move to authorize the board to adopt resolution 23-02, establishing the fire benefit charge for the calendar year 2024 at $7,520,000.
can I get a second on that?
I'll second that.
All in favor? Oh, discussion first. Okay. Is there any discussion on this resolution? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Resolution 23-03, the 2024 tax levy. If I can get a motion on that one.
Sure, I move to authorize the board to adopt resolution 23-03, certifying to the King County Council a regular property tax levy in the amount of $5,914,790, any excess tax levy for the department's bond fund in the amount of $1,499,500. Further, I recommend that the board authorize and direct the Treasury Manager of King County, Washington to collect said amount in 2024. This motion is made understanding that calculations are done using preliminary numbers provided by King County and may be adjusted by King County if necessary.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, seeing none. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Moving on to resolution 23-04, the 2024 budget. I can get a motion on that.
I'll move to authorize the board to adopt resolution 2304, approving the 2024 budget, general expense, capital, benefits budget in the amount of $16,011,815.
I get a second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner Byers. Any discussion on this motion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. On to resolution 23-05, defining fund policies.
I move to authorize the board to adopt resolution 23-05, replacing resolution 23-10
2010.
or 10-10, decreasing the target minimum of 5% for the Shoreline Fire Department's annual operating budget.
Any discussion?
I'll second the motion.
Oh, sorry, I jumped. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. On to resolution 23-06, benefits fund. If I can get a motion on that.
I'll go. I move to authorize the board to adopt resolution 23-06, authorizing the establishment of a new benefits fund and an interfund transfer from the reserve fund to the benefits fund of $2,100,000.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. On to resolution 23-07, the capital fund, if I can get a motion on that.
I move to authorize the board to adopt resolution 23-07, authorizing the establishment of a new capital fund and an interfund transfer from the general expense fund to the capital fund of $1,550,000.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Setting the upcoming board agenda. Amy, if you can go over that with us.
The next regular meeting will be Tuesday, December 5th at 5 p.m. In addition to the standard agenda items, there will be a report from the subcommittee for Station 54, the subcommittee on the outbuildings at Station 51, and a discussion of the revised policy 1600, travel expenses for commissioners.
Okay. Anybody have anything else to add?
We established that we generally have a meeting right near the end of December to sign all the end of the year vouchers.
Oh, okay.
We need to set that at this point, or we'll do it at the.
If Dawn has a date. Dawn, do you have a particular date that you need to do that meeting in order to process the end of year vouchers?
If we could do maybe to avoid Christmas issues, maybe the 19th, that way the last vouchers could be mailed be picked up by the courier on the 27th and be done for the year. So December the 19th, does that work for at least 3 people?
I will be gone that week, but I
Okay.
don't think I need to be here either.
No, it's just-
Okay.
Or I can have a Deputy Chief Hochstein. I
Okay.
believe will be around that week and can sit in.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a special meeting, so there isn't.
There's no other things.
But at this point,
If
it
you,
Okay.
yeah, if you limited the agenda just to.
usually
that-
takes
that would
about
be-
half an hour. We're
That's
gonna-
Okay.
pretty easy.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
And does that work for commissioners?
I'm putting it in now.
Yeah, the 19th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tuesday, December 19th at 5 p.m. There'll be a special meeting to approve end of year vouchers.
Does that work, Commissioner Byers?
I may be out of town, but I bet I could zoom in.
Okay, thank you.
Last year, it was a 10-minute meeting.
Oh, okay. So it's really quick. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got
Thank
that
you,
set.
Dawn.
So if there's nothing further, I'm gonna go ahead and adjourn. Okay, meeting adjourned at 5:15.
Everybody have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you too.